Good morning. I hope that you're doing well this morning, enjoying your favorite cup of coffee, your favorite cup of tea, or depending on when you are watching this video, maybe you were on 4th of July vacation. So 4th of July was weird this year, right? It was like smack dab in the weekend. So did you celebrate last week or are you now kicking off and celebrating this week? That is the question. Me, my family came home and we celebrated over the weekend. And so it was just a great time for all of us to come together and to enjoy each other's company. So that is what we did this past weekend. So I am also excited because July, do I say it out loud? July kicks off Q3. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but now is the time to set yourself up for success for the rest of the year. Now, I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit and I'm going to share something with you. The topics that I come up with and how I know this is Q3, I mean, obviously July is Q3, is each quarter is one main theme. And that one main theme is based off of all of the friction points that I get from you, my customer. When you share like the biggest roadblock that you have, I just use AI and I consolidate them into one main theme. And so it's why my videos, my social posts, they talk kind of about the same thing, but they never ever seem random. So Q1, and I'm going to read it here, was all about stop redeciding. Like I loved that for January, February, March. April, May, and June was all about reducing the mental load. And drum roll 3, what we're going to be talking about, which is so just perfect timing. I can't even believe it. Decide once, then execute. Decide once, then execute. I know that you might have a problem with deciding and thinking about the whole journey in your head, and you end up talking yourself out of it, or you're putting out a fire with a client, or you have maybe another new idea, or life interrupts you. And so we're in this endless loop of start and stop, and we just continue to redecide. So how do we get out of that? The best way is literally to pull the ripcord as you're going out the airplane. And I've never been skydiving, but my husband does fly. He's not going to fly me where I jump out of the plane. I promise you that. And just let it rip, because here's the key. Is that the idea that you have that you're thinking about, while you're thinking about that, and maybe you start to plan, it's very emotional. When you decide once and execute, it's a very different outcome, good or bad. And I really never think that there's a bad outcome when you actually execute. You've got something concrete now to take a look at. Did you launch something and nobody raised their hand for it? Did you talk about something and it went viral? Well, I don't know, and nobody in the world can tell you. You are your best advocate, and you are the only thing really that stands in your way of what you define as success. And I know that when I ran my seasonal event, I did it for 17 years, about 34 different launches or sales that we did, different seasons. I could make a decision and then act on that decision. When I transitioned online at about year 12, my first job, I got $15 an hour managing an inbox for an influential blogger. I very quickly discovered that my skill set was way beyond just managing an inbox and finding that confidence in myself. So my next customer was, I think the retainer was something like $2,000 a month. But ultimately, it's all been an iteration throughout my online business of the same thing. Operations and systems, operations and systems. It's the only way that I know how to operate. And I have done what you may be doing, is that you decide and then you think about it and you come back and you start all over again. It's okay. It's okay. Q3 is setting you up for success where you're never going to do that again. We decide once, execute, and then we see the aftermath of the execution. So most recently and quietly, I have launched Everyday Revenue. Everyday Revenue is installing systems in the AI that you're already using. I don't care what you use, Claude, ChatGPT, I don't care. And in doing so, this is a live rollout. And I had about 25 people that joined me my first round, and I'm getting feedback all along the way. And midway through rollout, I was like, well, instead of just giving them stuff to do, we're going to do this live together. That kind of changed everything. And the rules will say that I gave them to install inside of their AI. That was something and a joy that I didn't realize that I enjoyed doing. And the conversations that came after, it's not just generic AI that's spitting out or random, yeah, I think that this strategy will work. Like the deep conversations that my clients are having is over the top. And so because I said, this is what I'm doing, this is what it's going to look like. It may change along the way. If you join me, let's go. And the results of deciding and the results of that action now is offering me the opportunity to do something that I really love, which is taking my brain and creating the setup. Maybe that's a good word for it, a setup for anybody to use, and to use with any AI instead of really, planting my sand in ChatGPT or planting my sand with Claude. It doesn't matter. Pick a tool, learn a tool. You're not missing out. But the only way that I would have known that is by deciding and executing. That's it, deciding and executing. So you've got all Q3 to work on this skill, and it is a skill. Decide once and execute. Decide once and execute. Do it once. I know it's going to be scary, but this is going to build trust in yourself. So the next thing that you build, you're going to decide and then you're going to execute. It is simply said, but not easily done. But I'm here to support you along the way. All right. Take care. We'll talk soon.